Hey, what's up, folks? Let's get into this massive new patch that just hit Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. So first off, one of the biggest things that people were running into was issues with the training mode. We all know that training mode helps you get the frame data right, figure out setups, and just refine your spacing. But there were some weird situations where reversal actions wouldn't even fire off right when you were overheated, even if you met all the conditions that the game says they should. That kind of thing is super frustrating when you're in the lab. And the devs actually went in and addressed that. So charge timing and condition inputs respond more reliably, no more hitting a button at exactly the moment in the game shrugging at you. That's a really nice touch because the training mode isn't there just for show. It's there so you can learn the mechanics and apply them in real matches without the game making it harder on you. And alongside the training tweaks, there's an update to trials too. Specifically, there was an advanced level 5 trial for Kim Jae Hoon in arcade style that wouldn't complete under some conditions. Basically, you could do everything right, and the game wouldn't register that you'd finished the trial. It's one of those little edge case bugs that makes the trials less helpful than they should be, especially for players grinding them out to unlock stuff or hit those requirements for mastery, so it's nice to see that fixed as well. Now, for all those folks who love room matches and especially spectating, this patch has a fix for a somewhat annoying issue where spectating could drop you back to the lobby. You're watching someone set, maybe trying to catch some tech or just enjoy a hype match, and suddenly you're kicked out. That's gone now, so spectating is a lot more stable, and that's really important for folks who host private lobbies or just want to learn from peers. There's also a known issue that the developers haven't fully squashed yet, and it's kind of funny in a way. Terry's alternate costume currently shows incorrect startup frame data in training mode. It literally displays one frame shorter than it should be. It's not game-breaking, and it isn't affecting actual match hitboxes or damage. But when you're a nerd like a lot of us and you're paying attention to frame counts, it's something that feels off. The devs have acknowledged it and said a fix is being worked on, so that's on the way. Okay, now while all of that stuff is super important for making the game feel solid, you've probably also heard about the balance adjustments that went in for a handful of characters. This patch includes tweaks for 4 fighters: Mai, Kain, Hokutomaru, and Kim Jae Hoon. I won't bore you with every frame data change or number tweak because honestly, that's something you can find in a spreadsheet. But the gist is that the developers took a hard look at how these characters performed in both casual and competitive play and made adjustments to help them fit better into the overall roster without ruining what makes them unique. There were some numbers bumped up, some time windows tightened or loosened, and some hitboxes calibrated so that certain combos and spacing decisions feel more intentional rather than accidental. For Mai, there were a few things that players brought up where certain of her approaches felt a bit too good or didn't quite align with what other characters have in similar situations. So those places were touched on to balance her pressure and reward. For Kain, the net result is smoother handling of his zoning tools so they don't feel oppressive, but still let him keep that playstyle he's known for. Hokutomaru got some tweaks that affect his mobility and mix-up potential so that he's a bit more balanced and neutral without losing what makes him fun to play. And Kim Jae Hoon's adjustments help him slot into the new Season 2 meta, where he's carving out his niche as a hard-hitting, precision-based character. All of this comes as part of the broader second season content that started rolling out recently, where new fighters and online improvements have been a major focus. And this patch builds on that by just making the overall experience feel more polished. It's clear that developers are listening, and this update is one of those moments where you can see it in action instead of just hearing promises about responsiveness. The game feels a bit cleaner now, like the cracks and rough edges that were there before are being sanded down one at a time. And of course, it's worth mentioning once that this update is out across all the platforms the game supports: PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So everyone gets the same stable experience. If you've been grinding, tweaking, or just enjoying the PvP, you'll probably notice these changes almost immediately. Some of them are subtle, but they make a big difference in how consistent the game feels and how much trust you can put in what the game displays versus what actually happens in battles. It's one of those updates that quietly makes the whole package feel a lot stronger. And when you combine it with the ongoing roadmap of characters and future balance tweaks, it paints a really encouraging picture for how this title is being supported long term.